Search is on in Chula Vista for a mother of three who disappeared last week.
Family and friends have blanketed Chula Vista with these posters.
Maya is, she has a big heart. Fun-loving person. She loves her kids. She loves our family.
Happy go-getter when she wants to. She was a joker. You know, you could joke with her all night long.
The husband of a missing Chula Vista woman is no longer cooperating with police.
Bring her home.
And I want to assure our community that no rock is being left unturned.
Noticeably absent from that news conference, though, was Maya's husband.
Please come and help us find your wife, the woman that you loved, the woman that you protected.
We're going to be collecting evidence, and it's going to probably take us the next hour or two.
Larry Millete, May's husband, is responsible for May's murder and disappearance.
The following program is based on publicly available information, news reports and documents related to the ongoing case of Maya Millete. All individuals are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. This presentation is dedicated to Maya Millete, her children, and all those affected by her disappearance with the utmost respect and sensitivity. Chula Vista, California, a sprawling suburban landscape under the golden Pacific sun. For many, it's the embodiment of the American dream. Safe neighborhoods, good schools, a place to raise a family. But on January 7th, 2021, this idyllic facade was shattered for one family, and a mystery began that would grip a community and baffle investigators. What happened to Maya? Did she leave voluntarily, or was she the victim of an accident? Or was there a deeper conspiracy behind it? These questions have haunted Maya's family, friends, and investigators for the past few years. Today, we will try to delve into the depths of that mystery. Maya Tabalanza Millete, Filipino by birth, came to America in search of dreams and opportunities. She was a Navy contractor by profession, vivacious, friendly, and above all, a loving mother. To those who knew her, Maya was a strong woman who had built her world around her three children. Maya met Larry Millete in 1999, and they got married in 2001. Over time, they had three children. Although they appeared happy from the outside, dark clouds slowly began to gather in Maya's family life. This was the home of the Millete family. Larry Millete, his wife Melanie, known to everyone, has Maya and their three young children. By all outward appearances, they were living that dream. Maya, a vibrant 35-year-old mother, was reportedly busy planning her eldest daughter's 11th birthday party, scheduled just 2 days later. But Lila's birthday would come and go without her mother. Because on that Thursday, January 7th, Maya Millete vanished. One moment she was there, a constant loving presence in her children's lives. The next she was gone. No note, no trace, as if she had simply evaporated into thin air. What happened to Maya Millete? Did she leave on her own accord, abandoning the children she adored? Was she the victim of a tragic accident? Or did something far more sinister occur within the walls of her own home? These questions would ignite a desperate search, a complex investigation, and a storm of speculation that continues to this day. To understand the mystery of her disappearance, we must first understand the woman at its center. Melanie Maya Tabalanza Millete was more than just a name in a missing persons report. She was a daughter, a sister, a friend, and above all, a devoted mother. Born in the Philippines, Maya brought with her a warmth and vivacity that touched many. Friends and family describe her as bubbly, outgoing, and fiercely protective of her children. Her social media, though now a haunting archive, painted a picture of a life filled with family outings, celebrations, and a deep love for her three kids. Her sister, Marie-Chris Droyer, became a prominent voice in the search, a relentless advocate for Maya. Her tearful pleas and unwavering determination painted a portrait of a close-knit family torn apart. But beneath the surface of a seemingly happy family life were there currents of discord. Was Maya's vibrant smile masking a private struggle? As investigators delved deeper, a more complex picture began to emerge, one that hinted at a marriage under immense strain. Larry Millete, Maya's husband of over 2 decades, initially told investigators he believed Maya had left voluntarily, perhaps needing some time alone after an argument. The last time he claimed to have seen her was the afternoon of January 7th, but as days turned into weeks, His account and behavior began to raise red flags. It soon surfaced that Maya had made an appointment with a divorce lawyer for the very day she disappeared. Friends and family reported that Maya had been contemplating leaving Larry for months, citing an increasingly controlling and possessive relationship. She had allegedly confided in some that she was scared. The investigation uncovered disturbing details about Larry Millete's alleged efforts to keep Maya from leaving him. Perhaps the most bizarre and unsettling of these was his apparent obsession with spellcasters. Digital forensic evidence reportedly revealed that Larry had spent significant time and money contacting online psychics and spellcasters, seeking spells to make Maya fall back in love with him, to compel her to stay. According to investigators, these requests grew more desperate and allegedly more sinister. Some reports suggest he inquired about spells that could incapacitate Maya or cause her harm if she tried to leave. This painted a picture of a man not just heartbroken, but potentially dangerously obsessed. Furthermore, Larry's actions on and around the day of Maya's disappearance came under scrutiny. Security camera footage from a neighbor reportedly captured Larry moving his black Lexus SUV around 5:59 a.m. on January 8th, positioning it so the back was no longer visible to the camera, a departure from his usual routine. He was then allegedly away from the home for over 11 hours that day, a period during which his phone was turned off for a significant portion. His explanation for this extended absence and the purpose of his trip remained vague and, for investigators, unsatisfactory. Then there were the firearms. Larry Millete was known to own multiple guns. One specific firearm, a .40 caliber handgun, was reportedly unaccounted for after Maya's disappearance. The family also reported hearing a series of loud bangs, described as gunshots by some, from the Millete home in the days leading up to January 7th, though Larry allegedly dismissed them as him dropping weights or a falling toolbox, with no sign of Maya, and mounting circumstantial evidence pointing towards foul play. The Chula Vista Police Department, along with agencies like the FBI and NCIS, due to Maya's previous work with the Navy, intensified their investigation. Dozens of search warrants were executed on the Millete home, vehicles, electronic devices, and financial records. Extensive searches were conducted in remote areas, parks, and even across the border in Mexico, based on tips and investigative leads. Volunteers, organized by Maya's family and friends, scoured rugged terrain, desperate for any clue. Despite these exhaustive efforts, Maya's body was not found. This presented a significant challenge for prosecutors, building a murder case without the primary piece of evidence, the victim's remains. This is known as a no-body homicide case. Historically, no-body murder convictions are difficult but not impossible. They rely heavily on a strong web of circumstantial evidence, a chain of facts that, while not directly proving the crime, collectively point overwhelmingly to the guilt of the accused. In Maya's case, the prosecution began to weave together such a web: motive, Maya's intention to divorce Larry, which he allegedly opposed vehemently; means and opportunity, Larry's access to firearms, his physical capacity, and his presence at the home; controlling behavior and obsession, the spellcaster evidence alleged surveillance of Maya; inconsistent statements, Larry's changing accounts and explanations for his actions; suspicious actions, the Lexus SUV incident, the 11-hour absence, the missing firearm. Forensic clues alleged. Reports later emerged that investigators found traces of what could be blood, specifically Maya's DNA, in minute quantities, along with potential gunpowder residue in certain areas of the home or Larry's vehicle, though defense attorneys would later contest the significance and interpretation of these findings. Witness accounts. Neighbors reportedly heard arguments from the Millete home. One child allegedly told investigators they heard a loud boom the day before Maya went missing. For 9 long months, Maya's family and the public waited, oscillating between hope and despair. Then, on October 19, 2021, a breakthrough, or at least a significant development. Larry Millete was arrested and charged with the murder of his wife, Maya, and with illegal possession of an assault weapon. The district attorney laid out their case, built entirely on circumstantial evidence. asserting that Larry was the only person with the motive, means, and opportunity to kill Maya. Larry Millete pleaded not guilty. His defense team immediately went on the offensive, arguing that the prosecution's case was purely speculative, built on conjecture rather than concrete proof. They emphasized the absence of Maya's body, suggesting she could still be alive, having left voluntarily. The preliminary hearing, which took place over several weeks in early 2023, offered a deeper look into the evidence. Prosecutors presented testimony from investigators, friends of Maya, and even expert witnesses on topics like coercive control and digital forensics. They meticulously detailed Larry's online searches, his communications with spellcasters, and his movements around the time of Maya's disappearance. Defense attorneys cross-examined witnesses rigorously, attempting to poke holes in the prosecution's narrative. They questioned the reliability of certain testimonies and the interpretation of forensic evidence. The spellcaster evidence, while bizarre, did not directly prove murder, they argued. Could it not simply be the actions of a desperate, albeit misguided man trying to save his marriage? At the heart of this tragic saga are Maya and Larry's 3 children. They lost their mother to an inexplicable void and then saw their father arrested for her alleged murder. Their lives were irrevocably altered. Custody battles ensued, and the psychological toll on these young minds is immeasurable. The judge ultimately ruled there was enough evidence for Larry Millete to stand trial for murder, but the path to a final verdict is long and fraught with legal complexities. A no-body case demands an exceptionally high burden of proof from the prosecution. The trial of Larry Millete is pending. The community of Chula Vista, and indeed observers worldwide, await its outcome. But regardless of the verdict, profound questions will linger. If Larry is found guilty, where is Maya? Will her family ever have the closure of laying her to rest? And if he is found not guilty, the mystery deepens. What other explanation could there be for Maya's complete disappearance? The silence surrounding her fate is deafening, a void filled only by speculation, grief, and the unwavering hope of her loved ones that one day the full truth will emerge. Maya Millete's story is a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath ordinary surfaces. It's a testament to a family's unbreakable spirit in the face of unimaginable loss. And it's a call for vigilance against domestic abuse and coercive control, issues that often remain hidden until it's too late. The search for Maya in many ways continues, not just for her physical presence, but for answers, for justice, and for peace for her children. Her echo resonates in the silence, a silent plea for the truth to finally come to light. In a world filled with noise, social media alerts, courtroom arguments, headlines that flash and fade, sometimes the loudest truth is found in silence. A silence that began on January 7, 2021, when Maya Millete vanished without a trace. That silence has since grown into a roar of questions, of heartbreak, of relentless hope. Her disappearance did not just mark a family's nightmare, it became a symbol of something bigger. A mother, a sister, a friend, gone, but not forgotten. For over 2 years, Maya's family has searched for answers with broken hearts and unbreakable spirits. Her sister Maricris leading community searches, her children asking questions far too big for their young hearts. Her family torn but not defeated. The man once closest to her, her husband, stands accused, yet justice remains a journey, not a destination. With no body ever found, prosecutors must build their case not on what we see, but what we sense, on the patterns, the messages, the unraveling silence of a broken marriage. Maya's story is not just about one woman lost. It is about the women who go unheard, the warning signs that go unheeded, the silence that society too often chooses when things feel too personal, too complicated, or too late. But it's not too late to remember her name. Not too late to speak for her. Not too late to believe that one day someone, somewhere might hold the final piece of the truth. Until Maya is found, the question will remain. Not just, where is she? But, how did we let this happen? And, what will we do next? Not just to find her, but to protect the next Maya before she too fades into the silence.